Welcome to Toni Unleashed, the podcast where I unleash the truth about all things pets. My research and anecdotal evidence, paired with expert interviews, will help your pet thrive. I'm here to answer questions, share insights, and spread awareness about what's really going on in the world of pets. I'm Toni Shelaske with 25 years of experience in the pet space. Welcome to the show. It's May 1st. I'm in house with Emily Claire. Save a Friend Puerto Rico episode. And welcome to Toni Unleashed.
We also have Marla. She may or may not make an appearance.
Yeah.
We're hoping she might.
She's giving us the finger right now, basically.
Yeah. She is the founder and CEO and runner of a rescue group called Save a Friend PR, which is Save a Friend Puerto Rico. And Toni and I are going to Puerto Rico.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
So can we talk a little bit more about the history of Save a Friend Puerto Rico?
Yep.
How long has it been around?
Yep. How long has it? You can mouth it and I'll say it.
As a 501 or
Before.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
But
10 years.
10 years.
Okay. And
10 years as a 50. So did it start when you were at Puerto Rico? Okay. So it started when Marla was in Puerto Rico.
And you just saw dogs everywhere, right? So
I don't know.
Marla goes to Puerto.
I don't know these answers.
Why do you not know these answers?
I only know it's circa the year I started with Kendrick.
And Kendrick is when you started?
Yeah.
Was that before COVID?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's when it I don't know pre-Kendrick in me.
Huh. Okay, so
here's I'll give a start real quick, and maybe if Marla's feeling loose, I forgot to mention she likes Jaeger. So
Jägermeister.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so Marla used to live on a boat for a very long time with her husband Eli, and did not want to move back to the States necessarily, and enjoyed island life and right? Yeah. And enjoyed island life. And so they settled in Puerto Rico. So they have this really nice property up on a hill in Luquillo, Puerto Rico, that happens to be it's a really beautiful property. It's up on a hill in Luquillo, and it overlooks a lot of Luquillo, the island, and water. And what had happened was, I don't know the exact year. Marla can chime in and give us the year, but there's a shelter down the street from her house.
Oh.
But it wasn't a shelter per se. It was an AIDS compound owned by the church, and back then, and they relinquished it to this man named Nelson. But it works out sadly well for a shelter at the time, because there's a lot of rooms and there's drainage and there's tile because people used to live there.
Oh my.
But this building is run down. It doesn't have electricity, doesn't have running water anymore, and it doesn't have roofs over all of it. It doesn't really have a yard. But this is where a lot of dogs were dumped, and this man named Nelson was taking care of them. And so Marla started getting affiliated and helping with the dogs, because she's always done dog rescue. And it wasn't really until Hurricane Maria that the dogs down there in Puerto Rico became so bad. So actually around that time too, when I had first met Marla, she was doing a big spay and neuter clinic. So there was a big spay and neuter clinic down there, spaying and neutering. And that weekend you did a ton.
Over the couple of years we did it, we sterilized 53,000 animals.
Yeah.
53,000 animals?
53,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Humane Society came down and
helped.
The Humane Society.
Yeah.
Came down and helped. So, and I think that's really important to note. A good spot to note here too is that understanding we're in Pittsburgh and that we're bringing dogs over from Puerto Rico, and any conflict there with homeless dogs here in Pittsburgh or in other states. It's not necessarily that in Puerto Rico we're trying to create this population. There's a lot of effort to trap and release going on, preventing dogs from having unwanted pregnancies and puppies all over the place. But recently they stopped the spay and neuter clinics and the Humane Society from coming in. It was this big political movement, and veterinarians and rescues haven't been able to do that as well as before. So the population has gotten pretty bad down there. There's just dogs everywhere, pretty much. I mean, there's an island called Dead Dog Beach.
There's an island called Dead Dog Beach.
There's a beach called Dead Dog.
Oh, sorry. Beach called Dead Dog Beach. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to know the
Yeah.
graphics. It's
Yeah.
brutal.
So back up a minute. Okay. So the Humane Society of the United States did what?
I don't know the details.
They limited.
They came in, and so you set up 5 different areas. And like the one that I volunteered at, we had 11 operating rooms there.
Uh-huh.
And it was 3 vets on the island sued the Humane Society for them to stop because they were taking away their business.
Oh.
And they won. The Humane Society was going to leave all the equipment there, and they were going to set up like 5 different areas on the island with different rescues so we could continue. And they took it then. So the vets won, and the Humane Society had to pull out.
Huh. Yeah. So part of my brain is like, okay, Puerto Rico, they need employment. They do need jobs. They did maybe. I can kind of see both sides of that, I guess. Do you know what I mean?
The thing of it is that there are so many animals
That need
sterilized.
yeah.
There's no way we were touching their business
Right.
at all.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally.
But
yeah.
they won.
Wow.
And it's guesstimated that currently there's about 650,000 stray dogs on the island.
What? 650,000 stray dogs?
Stray dogs. Over 1 million stray cats.
1 million stray cats. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So at what? Okay. Yeah. Wow. Whoa. Okay. All right. So Em and I are going to Puerto Rico.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
We're going to try to save something while we're down there. So it's very interesting. So the process, to save a dog down there is, there's a lot of dogs that are, just loose, that people dump, that are poorly held, hoarding cases, inhumane cases. But what we do, or what Marla does, is has a protocol. And Marla, correct me if I'm wrong on this protocol. But they have to get vetted. So all the dogs have to get 4DX tested.
Do you want to tell our listeners what 4DX is?
Anaplasmosis, ehrlichiosis, Lyme, and heartworm. Yep. So 4, and then we treat whatever needs to be treated. And then anything else that needs to be done. Do you do blood work?
If it's called.
Yeah. And then spay and neutered for dogs over 7 months old. And then Bravecto, flea and tick stuff, heart guard, because heartworm can show up later too down there.
And Bravecto because
flea, tick.
And what did we think Dee had?
Oh, mange.
Mange, basically. Yeah. Okay, so you did also mention spay and neuter at 6 to 7 months old?
Older than 7 months.
Older than 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
So
and vaccinated, obviously.
Yeah. So if we take a dog in that we know is truly under 6 months, can you elaborate as to why we're waiting till over 6 months? I'm a full proponent of what you all are doing, but I want everyone listening to understand why, as soon as we get a puppy that could be 6 weeks old, 8 weeks old, whatever. Poor Layla was spayed at 8 weeks old.
Mm-hmm. And that's it's controversial in the rescue world for sure. Within reason. I mean, with reason, for a reason, because, the whole point of rescuing is preventing accidents from happening. Yeah. And, we've learned you can't really trust people. Not every person's going to be responsible in understanding what a heat cycle is, what intact male can do, and how you have puppies. So, from a rescue side perspective, it does maintain that control and that prevention rate when the rescue has control over the puppies and can spay or neuter them as early as possible. Yeah. However, we are small enough that we are doing our best, and we do this through a system, an online system, a software essentially, to help prevent that from happening, and asking people to wait 6 to 7 months because you're messing with the sex hormone, and which is so important for growth and development and behavior and long-term health and wellness. So, dogs go through a much quicker developmental stage than humans do, and it's imperative that they have sex hormones for that, and we're not restricting their body from that. Yeah. But, in a world where there's so many homeless animals, it's hard to see a dog like Layla get sterilized so early. At the same breath, some rescues just don't necessarily have that option. Right. Right. And it sucks. We just need to be better people. Right. Which we aren't. Right. Right. And it's expensive, it can be expensive. It's really interesting. Like, also the vet care in Puerto Rico is much more affordable. We talk about this all the time. So, for example, like, I have a foster dog from Puerto Rico right now, and he needs to be neutered. This is one of the times that we kind of breached protocol, because this is another thing that we can talk about, is getting dogs from island to the States is very, what's the word I'm looking? It's a balance and it's a dance, and we grab opportunities when we can. And, but Chong's, or we call him Sammy now, his neuter here in the States at a clinic is anywhere from $175 to $300. And in Puerto Rico, it would be $100. Oh, wow. Dental work, so much cheaper down there too. So Marla actually works with 2 vets. It's 3 now though, right? Yeah, pretty much 3 vets who, it's so interesting. The relationship with Marla and this rescue is so different than the relationship we have with vets, because I think about it, when I have a foster dog here, it's not like I can just take this foster dog to my vet. There's a system, there's a process. They want you to be an established patient. They want all this paperwork. They want everything. Yeah. And so when we have dogs over in the States that need to go to a vet, we're utilizing more so these clinics, these like Pet Well clinics, or we do have one vet in Green Tree that does help. But Marla has these vets down there that just know where they go to. You bring in an animal, they treat it, they get the health certificate, they know what to do, they get it done. And then twofold, they some allow Marla the opportunity to vaccinate in-house on her own. What that means is we're not dosing these small puppies with the same large amount as larger dogs too. Oh. And now we might be shooting them up with B12 too after their vaccine. So it's so interesting when you think about the ecosystem of it all, right? Essentially, right, that Marla has created there and in Pittsburgh, with the relationship with the multiple vets and knowing what vet to go to where, and having that rapport and relationship to find a dog on the way to your grocery store and pivot to the vet, and be able to do that. And that's just not something that we have that same rapport and community here in Pittsburgh, maybe other places, but not that I'm aware of.
I doubt it. I think it's just the Americanized system. And yeah, you know what I mean? Like, not to say that Puerto Rico isn't, I don't know the right word, sophisticated, like regulated, not as regulated, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So also, I'm in there in the how many times a week. Mm-hmm. They know. Yeah, they know you. They know what you're doing. So another thing, back to the vaccines. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the dogs are on the smaller side. Is that correct?
Not necessarily.
Oh, no?
Yeah. The Satos generally are a medium-sized dog.
Okay. Okay. Medium-sized dog.
Yeah. Yeah, they're usually a medium. So that plays into, so the next level of it, that is, speaking of size and dog, is shipping. And so what role that plays is twofold, a couple of things. One, in flight, like carry on, mm-hmm. and two, shipping cargo dogs. Mm-hmm. So obviously the preferred way is on a plane as a carry-on.
Sure.
And that dog has to be, depending on the airline, between 20 and 25 pounds below that. Mm-hmm. And then for larger dogs, the larger the dog, the more expensive it is to ship out. It depends on the crate size and weight, and that can be very expensive. And also, with that being said, there's only a couple designated airports that we have found to be able to ship to, and one of those is Philadelphia. And to find transportation from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh is really challenging because that drive fucking blows.
Yeah,
and it's expensive. It's a really expensive drive. It's $75 almost each way, and there's no place to meet in the middle because it's a turnpike essentially. So, with the larger dogs, in terms of vaccines, though, I guess what your question was initially, do you fully vaccinate them with the full, or do you do partial dose? You do full based on size. So you go by weight of dog. Yeah. Yeah. Which is really cool.
It's really cool.
And not to mention that so Marla's really into, so one of the reasons why I think Marla and I have been working well together, except for earlier today. I was in a really bad mood.
But we gave her a pass.
Okay. That was one. Next time I won't be so sleep deprived and I won't get a pass. And I think another reason why Toni, we've also been able to build this relationship is because the attention to health and food and supplements.
Yeah.
So, Marla does a lot of coconut oil, and she does a lot of greens, and she does like these puppies that come in immunosuppressed, these dogs that come in immunosuppressed get heavy doses of holistic supplements and vitamins and minerals. And that is the protocol. The protocol isn't necessarily, there is cases of some Bravecto, which helps with mange and speeds up the process, but that is also combined with your elixir of natural.
Elixir.
Yeah.
Remedies. Do you get coconut oil in Puerto Rico?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 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 So generally when you get puppies or an adult that's not doing well, we do the coconut oil, we do colostrum, we do whole foods, vitamins, maybe some kelp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You do kelp. And then you've dabbled with bone broth for the dehydrated dogs before with the heavy worms, loads.
Yeah.
But the other thing is it's really hard to get a lot of those resources in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So for a long time, Tori actually from Healthy Pet Products and Faith from Healthy Pet Products were hoarding returns of colostrum and a lot and sending them or giving them to Marla and sending them down.
Yeah.
So that was healing a lot of the dogs for a really long time.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And CBD is really big, but it's hard to get those things. Recently, I know in the independent world, like these raw and freeze-dried brands going into Stella and Chewy or going into Chewy's and Amazon is like a little bit conflicting. But when Small Batch went on Chewy, I like texted Marla immediately. I was like, now you can get some really good freeze-dried food or Small Batch, because I was like, because it's hard to get that stuff in Puerto Rico. There's not a ton of independent pet retailers, and even the Home Depots, the Petcos, the PetSmarts, the groceries are lacking in resources. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So in the shelter in Puerto Rico, how many are typically there at one time?
We try to keep the count down to about 13, but it's probably hovers more around 20.
13 to 20. Okay.
And that, it's, yeah. We try, and there's also Marla has built a lot of really great relationships with foster homes on the island. I would say most recently, and this year has been the most abundant with Robin and Elaine, and Barbara and Kitty for a little bit. So we do have access in Marla's house. Don't forget that. It's a shelter there in and of itself, kind of. The other shelter. So they're always housing puppies. But, it's interesting what happens then, and what we found really significantly, what we're currently in this moment is with the foster community we've built and the connections with the vet. These people start rescuing dogs. And so then the amount of dogs under our care and protocol and need homes has significantly increased, because now they understand the protocol. They know how to go to the vet. They've built that relationship with the vet. Marla knows how to ship dogs, do the paperwork, run the protocol, get them homes. And so we have quite the influx of dogs and puppies at the moment.
Wow.
It's pretty interesting and stressful, because to relay what's going on in the dogs that are in the States versus the dogs that are in the Puerto Rico versus the dogs that are coming in versus the puppies that still need help is very hard to share with the general public via social media, especially when we're all run so thin. So anybody out there who excels at social media and wants to do it for free, and join our chaotic WhatsApp group. Marla's number is 360.
Or anyone that
it's on our website.
Anyone that does a lot of driving from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. So Ashley has really recommended that, offer that as well. So
Oh, nice.
What is this?
She's trying to sit on you.
On my leg.
Layla. Yeah. That's what she does.
That's so cute. Yeah.
So Emily and I are going there July 2nd to the 8th.
Yep.
And so what can I expect? What are we going to be doing?
Yeah. So it's going to be nuts. We have a couple of options, and Marla obviously jump in when I'm wrong, when I get it twisted. So we're staying 2 nights at the Wyndham. So we are giving ourselves a little downtime before, but you can only do it before.
Okay.
Because we're gonna get a little bit sucked in, and it's gonna be hard to step away.
Right. And I remember saying that to you. I'm like, why don't we do the rest at the end? And you're like, there's no way you're going to be able to do it. You can't pull yourself out of it once you start.
There's too much to do. And so my thought is, I don't think it'll be that hard. The picture that I have painted for us is a little romanticized, I will say. Because in my head, I picture us the first 2 days on the beach, exploring the island, stumbling upon a dog that I fall in love with, then you fall in love with. And then that starts the trajectory of vetting it, vaccinating it. We could probably either leave it at the shelter, depending on the dog, maybe Marla's, and then we add it to our flight and come back with it. So we are able to video and really, really broadcast the steps and what rescuing a dog off the street really looks like. And then hopefully with both of our social media presence, we're able to get these dogs or puppies that we find adopted. Mm-hmm. If that doesn't work out, there are plenty of dogs and puppies ready to go already on the island via Robin, via Elaine. But we could go to Barbara's or Leo's too. And then we can probably do some community outreach also as well, and just help with the daily dog care. And we can help with paperwork. Do you want us to go to the shelter or no?
Oh, I think it would be good. Toni would love to see the shelter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's good for people to see what we're dealing with.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we try not to put dogs there, but we do have to still, you know.
And then there's always dogs at Marla's house that need to be cared for. Also, paperwork that needs to be organized and sorted, crates, supplies that need to be bought. I mean, there's just a lot to do. One of the options we could do is we could start a GoFundMe and we can start raising money before we go so that we can go out and buy supplies that are needed while we're there. And we can buy them here too, stuff that isn't accessible to Puerto Rico. And we're flying Southwest, so we have extra bags.
Yeah. And my bags are still free.
Yep. So we can raise money to buy or we can. One time we did a drive at my house and we were just like, here's my address. If you want to drop stuff off to donate it on my front porch. And we packed it up in suitcases and we brought it there. So food, supplements, we need small collars, we need harnesses, we need little jackets because when we send little dogs or puppies from Puerto Rico to Pittsburgh, it's very cold.
Yeah.
They need their little jammies, blankets, bones, chews, CBD, stuff like that. So we have a lot of options. And then usually evening time, we can go out and have like a meal. Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm a little terrified. Not terrified, but I'm kind of like, oh, good Lord, is this going to be an annual trip?
Yeah, it should be.
I know. It's taken us like how many years to do this? We've talked about it forever.
Yeah, but I will say it's like Marla set the groundwork with the protocol and the vets that,
Yeah.
pull a dog off the street,
Yeah.
vet it, set it up,
Yeah.
go with it.
Yeah.
Or maybe we find one that's already done.
Right.
And we can do a lot. What's something that's really helps that we should actually spend a day doing is getting some nice pictures and videos of all the dogs that do need homes so that when we come back, we have a lot of good content to post them and find them homes ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also a good chance we'll be recording an episode or two from there.
Yeah, we should.
So stay tuned for that and stay tuned to social media. So, Toni Unleashed social media, Save a Friend Puerto Rico.
PR.
Save a Friend PR.
Yep.
And if we do a GoFundMe, we'll both share those. Okay.
And if anybody wants to foster or if they want us to bring them back a puppy, if they want us to bring them back a little dog, that we have a rescue partner, Leo, on island who always has little cute little dogs. If you want to put in a request,
Yeah.
if you want us to, maybe we should do something. Maybe your social media person can help us do something like, what do you want to see us do down there? What do you want us to see? Like, do you want to pick out a dog while we're there? We could live stream a litter of puppies at one of our foster homes house and you can pick out your own puppy kind of a thing. Like we can be really like, that's the nice thing of it's us. Like we can be really flexible and interactive with it.
Yeah. Well, remember that one rescue we talked to that was in Lancaster County?
Yeah.
And she always would tell her friends, just be patient. Tell me what you want.
Yeah.
And I will find it. But it might take me 6 months. It might take me a year.
Yeah.
But it will come along.
Yeah. And they do. And that's the thing with the community that we've really tried to build is we want to make the adoption process easy for people. So like once you adopt from us and you're part of the family, it's like, okay, Sally adopted, a dog named Sammy. Sally's best friend now wants a dog. Okay, done. What do you want? We'll work with you.
Yeah.
Your mom wants a dog. We've done that so many times. The amount of people my age and then their parents want dogs or vice versa, neighbors, friends.
Yeah.
Like we do that all. That's how we keep the community close and tight knit. And that's how we make it easy. And that's people. It's hard to like trust someone just bringing a dog, being like, hey, do you want this puppy? Like, what do you want? Building that community helps build that rapport and that relationship to make it work.
And it's not just puppies. We get adult dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
And we also will do a foster to adopt.
Thank you. A lot is a foster to adopt. So you're not just adopting a dog, you're fostering. And if it works out, you first dibs. You get to adopt. If it doesn't work out, you're just fostering, and we'll find a new home for it.
Okay. Do you have a Venmo?
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about what all those are?
So for donations, it's at Save a Friend PR. PayPal, it's our email, saveafriendpr@gmail.com.
Okay. And those will all be in the show notes.
Yep.
We'll do a social media post now and share those links. So, or not now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. When this airs. Make sure you text me when this airs, because I can give you the dogs that are available for adoption in Pittsburgh the time that this airs. So we can use that too.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep.
Did we miss anything? And I think the message I heard the most, which is the most important and a very powerful one, is the creation of the community and the connections.
Yeah.
And that's what really can change and have a ripple effect in Puerto Rico and in anywhere. I mean,
we work with some partner with some great rescues here. Distinguished Dobermans, Heart of Glass. There's a couple in Chicago as well, and one in Minnesota. I mean, we're really open to working with a lot of partnerships and rescues.
Yeah.
We can ship generally anywhere.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Actually, that should be mentioned. We can ship anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not just limited to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We try not to do California because that has a bad, and Texas because they have too many dogs. But
Oh, yeah, they do.
yeah.
Yeah, they do. So, okay. Well, Marla, thank you for being present in the room.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was good.
All right. I'm excited, and
See you all in June.
yeah,
July.
You have to stay tuned. All right. Bye for now.